Hello friends! Today I just wanted to pop on and pay a little tribute to the fire signs. So hello, especially if you are a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, or you have any of those things in your chart in a specific house or area that you'd like to know more about. We're going to tune into all that fire energy right now. So here we go. Let's see some of the things I wrote down. I like this question. Let's pose this question first. How can we better understand these people and harness these energies in our own birth chart? Well, let's see. Number one for Aries in the birth chart. And this is more than just as a sun, rising, or moon sign. There are many other areas where these things could pop up and be needing attention for you. So let's see. Aries, unbounded, unbridled motivation towards its deepest desires. Aries needs Aries needs to be free, and we need these people to be free and this energy to express itself freely. And the best example I can think of that I always give is, of course, my baby daughter, but she's just a baby, so she's only starting to make her way with her gymnastics and climbing endeavors. But the best example, I think, in an adult form is Bridget Nielsen. I know that she had to leave, some kind of religious situation, maybe from her mother or in her family life, her early family life. And she really stepped into the ET community to become an example of higher consciousness for this kind of stuff specifically for us. And so I'm always in deep gratitude for Bridget Nielsen's work. So I just wanted to credit her as like one of the coolest Aries that I know right there. And then also Emma Watson, Hermione Granger. And I just saw Emma Watson in the new film by Greta Gerwig. It's called Little Women. And especially if you know this novel or some of the early films, like the one with Katharine Hepburn especially, this is pretty important film for like women's rights and stuff like that. But anyway, we'll move on. So let's see. Next, we're going to talk about Sagittarius coming at you live. I have my sun in Sagittarius, I think Mercury in Sagittarius, and several other things. So I don't need to deny that this is an important part of myself that I need to pay attention to. And if I put like too much logic on that Saggy fire, I start to get depressed. So this is something I'm really trying to listen to lately and be like, I'm just going to be my Sag self and it's going to be okay. And everyone else can keep their opinions to themselves, or I'll just go camping and go explore by myself if I need to. But that's sort of what the heart of Sagittarius is, Sagittarius is fire energy with a spiritual motivation and an exploration that just this need burns deep within inside us. You'll find these people to be both blunt but also wise most of the time. Sag is truly the centaur with a bow and arrow, constantly on the search for deeper truths and genuine expansion in life. So to box these people in and to box these kind of energies in wherever they are in your chart, definitely look that up. Especially with the Aries and the Sag, would be a mistake, because these energies must explore great heights in this lifetime, and we need to all be free to explore where we need to go in this lifetime in order to evolve and to ascend. And I think that's really important. And so I think astrology is another tool that teaches us to embrace diversity and the subtle differences that we all have, and also gives us a language to discuss these differences in a peaceful manner with each other. That's part of why I love it. Okay, so lastly, Leo. Leo is a little different because Leo operates completely from the heart, not necessarily this third eye kind of visionary energy. It's more centered in the heart and love, like a big soft lion that you're hugging, like a little, my son has this beautiful little stuffed lion that Tommy gave to him when he was sick once. And every time I see that lion, it's a symbol for courage. And that's really what Leo is, it's radiating from the heart, and it's not afraid to love, and it's not afraid to live from the heart. And that's pretty beautiful. We need some of that energy too on our planet, don't you think? So I find Leos, though, I think here's one point, to be more family oriented or group oriented, whereas Sag and Aries are a lot more independent minded. And this doesn't need to be a bad thing where we just label Aries and Sagittarius people as impulsive, spontaneous, and kind of start applying these earthly negative labels, because I think the fire signs are deeply associated with magic and higher journeys and things like that, similar to the water, that fire and water sort of polarity. There's a lot of magic in there to be had. And so of course it's not going to be grounded, because we're talking more about like the fairies and the dragons here. So last thing I'll say is just, I think that Sag and Aries are genuinely on a search for something much more profound than their own physical needs. And then maybe Leo finds a little bit more profundity in maybe the family needs or the group dynamic kind of need. So that's what I'm going to say about these things. And then of course I like to end with a little tarot card, but I like to study one at a time. I think it makes things more clear sometimes. So I wanted to show, we've got the Sagittarius card here. This is from the Celestial Tarot. And it also says Temperance. But really what I love about this is that we see her with her fiery red hair, just like my Aries daughter, and her bow and arrow, and then we see this white horse. And back in the day, I used to do this meditation where I rode this white horse named Shakti, and it was like this really cool, like personal meditation journey I used to do. So I love this white horse here. And I think this centaur bow and arrow thing is really important for Sag, especially. We need to be going after those visions and not just like pounding them into the ground with logic, because that's not really what Sag is after in its incarnations, honestly. So I'll just read one little thing from the Celestial Tarot booklet here to wrap us up. Okay, it says, the spirit of Sagittarius. This represents rebirth, yet this time the birth is into spirit. It embraces spiritual values, morality, ethics, justice, and temperance, the virtues representing this card. With the bow and arrow in her capable hands, Artemis, the huntress and archer, is also a perfect spokeswoman for this sign. Underlying this archetype is the struggle between the instinctual and the pursuit of higher knowledge and ethics. Yeah, definitely. The cards suggest a phase of spiritual awakening and learning, but also that balance is required, as there are conflicting forces drawing the individual in opposite directions. Which is sort of always true. I don't know about the other fire signs, but definitely for Sag. You're always sort of in this mental battle. In this battle, you're like, do I be logical? Do I do the things that everyone wants me to do, and then they'll like me and everyone else will be happy? Or do I follow the deepest yearnings of my heart, and do I chase all of those arrows and see where they land and see what I needed to learn from those arrows landing in those specific places? So that's all I'll say today, but just want to say hello and celebrate the fire signs this evening. Talk to you all later. Goodbye. God bless.